Good afternoon and welcome to sunny London. Today we have an important message for the London Borough Councils. This short video proposes a garden greening initiative that could significantly improve air quality in our city. As we all know, air pollution is a major problem in London. Unfortunately, every borough in our city currently exceeds the World Health Organization regulations for both particulate matter and nitrogen oxide concentrations. This poses a severe threat to human health and well-being. While it's crucial to continue efforts in reducing emissions and implementing stricter regulations, we must explore alternative solutions. What if I told you there was another way to tackle this dirty air problem? Previously, here in London, large-scale planting schemes have been dismissed due to doubts about their effectiveness. A 2018 report by the Air Quality Expert Group stated that schemes couldn't achieve a significant reduction in particulate matter concentrations, and as for nitrogen oxides, forget it. But in 2018, no one had actually conducted a study on the pollutant removal ability of vegetation in London using local data. The only London-based study used models from US cities. Vegetation's ability to remove air pollution has been shown to vary massively based on location. So how can we rely on this data to inform policy in London? We can't, or we shouldn't. So I investigated the pollution removal ability of vegetation in London using data from London. I conducted a thorough regression analysis across all London's 631 wards to examine the relationship between vegetation cover and air pollutant concentrations. And look, the analysis revealed a significant correlation. I found that a 1% increase in vegetation cover could achieve a reduction of 0.33 micrograms per cubic metre in nitrogen oxides, a 0.05 reduction in PM10, and a 0.02 reduction in PM2.5. Now you might be thinking, okay, but to have a real impact, you're going to need a lot of plants. Where can we put them all? In people's gardens. London's private domestic gardens make up 24% of its total land cover and currently house 57% of all trees. Now, whilst this greenery already does a lot for London's air quality, lots of people's gardens aren't green. In fact, 9% of London's total land cover is paved over garden space. What if we could plant in these spaces? If just half of London's grey gardens were greened, we could expect a 5% increase in total vegetation cover across London. Applying the model to the median vegetation cover ward, Chessington, North and Hook, a 5% increase in vegetation cover could result in an average reduction of 2.1% in air pollutant concentrations. That's way more than the comparable change in concentrations if emissions were reduced by 5%. Isn't that remarkable? In fact, our findings even suggest in most of London's wards, an increase in vegetation cover would have a greater impact on reducing pollutant concentrations than the proportional decrease in emissions. So we should get planting, right? Well, here's the tricky part. You can't just go into people's gardens and start digging.
Hey, get out of my garden!
We need to encourage individuals to take part in greening their own spaces. But how can we get people to do this? I conducted a thematic analysis on existing academic literature which explored the views of garden owners on planting in their own gardens. My analysis revealed some barriers and facilitators to getting people greening. Many cite a lack of time or financial resources for gardening. To address this, we should provide advice on low maintenance plants and distribute plants or seeds for free. These wildflowers cost next to nothing and are super easy to maintain. Here's some wildflowers. Just sprinkle them over the soil in autumn, cut them back in midsummer of the first year, and after that, you're in the clear.
Oh, awesome. I never knew growing plants could be so easy.
What? We could even provide an endless supply of seeds for free if community space was utilised. Patches of unused public space like this, or already established community gardens, could be used to grow and provide endless seeds for people to plant at home. This could be an opportunity to set up community hubs. By partnering with community gardens, such as this one here in Mile End, we can leverage existing spaces and resources to educate and support private domestic garden greening. Community events like seed swaps can also be organised to further engage the community. These events should align with community goals in boroughs or wards to engage with the Green Initiative and increase vegetation cover in the area. Such community goals engage people and make them feel part of the positive change. Community goals build on the finding that there's a perceived disconnect between people's gardens and the local environment. The environmental benefits of green urban gardens are vast. Not only can they reduce air pollution, but they also support wildlife and mitigate flood risk. A green garden also improves mental health, and people can even grow their own food, which can help them save on household bills. These benefits need to be emphasised to get people excited about the real impact they can have on their local environment and the health benefits they can experience by greening their own garden. Lastly, implementing incentivising policies can encourage more people to participate and take action. A recent study recommended a reduction in council tax for people with gardens that are more than 50% green. With increasing vegetation cover having a greater impact on air pollutant concentrations than a proportional reduction in emissions, such a policy is something to consider. So, London Borough Councils, by promoting and supporting garden greening initiatives, we can make a real difference in improving air quality across our city. Let's work together to create a greener and healthier London for all.